Hola chicos, so we're going to be talking about the subjunctive in this paso dos of this chapter. Then we're going to be discussing to express the expression of emotions. That's why the subjunctive, that's what the subjunctive does. We use it to express feelings, like certain concerns and all of that. So this is feelings mostly. And this mode is used for this. Okay, so this is going to be this paso. It's going to be divided in two. We're going to be starting with parte uno, so which is part 1, and then the next one is going to be part 2. A few examples. Me preocupa que el doctor Rosario trabaje muchas horas. So here I'm using a verb that shows preoccupation, emotion. Okay, so it worries me. It worries me that Dr. Rosario works so many hours. Okay, so and when I have this verb, the main verb expresses this emotion, right? And that triggers the use of subjunctive. The second verb, it's triggered by this. And so the verb needs to be in the subjunctive mode. This is how it works. Ojalá is like and it's when we wish something, ojalá, que pueda irse de vacaciones pronto. So, hopefully, he can go on vacation soon. And so, ojalá also expresses this idea of, like a concern. I hope, or we hope that he does this, and so we hope that he can go on vacation soon. Okay, so let's continue. This mode is used to express many hypothetical or subjective things, such as the speaker's attitudes, wishes, feelings, emotions, or hopes. So this is what we're going to be discussing in these two parts. And then describes reality hypothetically. Okay, so refers to actions or states that are not yet a reality at all, and maybe never will be. Examples: me sorprende que quieras ser cirujano. So I'm surprised. That's my emotion there. I'm surprised that you want to become a surgeon. Okay? And because I'm surprised, my verb here, my second verb, needs to be in the subjunctive mode. That's why I put it in color-coded in purple so you can see that's the subjunctive conjugation right here. And every time that when we use this type of structures, we always need to use que. That's the connector, and that's that. Okay. In Spanish, you cannot avoid it. You cannot skip it. You have to use it every single time. Ojalá, the most perfect translation will be God willing. Okay. Ojalá. So we use it to express hopes and wishes, like in the example before. Ojalá que puedas ser cirujano. So I hope that you are able to become a surgeon, right? God willing, in this case. Some common verbs and expressions of emotions. And so, yeah, these are the ones that we use. There's more, but these are the most common ones to express feelings, personal bias, or emotions, just like the verb sorprender, to surprise. Or like, me gusta que, I like that. Me asombra que, it surprises me that. Me temo o temo que, so I'm afraid that. Me encanta que, I love that. And of course, this can be, we can also, this is all the I, in the I form. Of course, we can use it. You like something, or they like something, right? Me preocupa, it worries me that something. It makes me happy that something. Me alegra. Asombrar and sorprender, they're synonyms, they're the same. I hope that something. It makes me upset that something. Me enfada. Makes me sad, entristecer. That's sad, when we get sad about something. It bothers me. Me molesta que. So these are some of the verbs, like I said. How it's formed. Okay, so what we do here, hablar, comer, vivir. So this is how we form these subjunctive conjugations. We start with the yo form of these verbs, like a ar, er, and ir verb. This is the conjugation just yo, to make it easier. Yo hablo, yo como, yo vivo. So I speak, I eat, I live. And then, as we can see, this is just the present tense. And then what we do here is that we remove. See what happens? We remove the O, and then we change endings. For adverbs, we use E. And so adverbs, we use E. And for er and ir, like here, we use A. So we switch those endings. So this is how it's going to be looking in the subjunctive form. Hable, this is my subjunctive first person yo. Hable, coma, viva. Okay, that's how it's formed. And so, for example, here, these are the conjugations. Hablar, hable, hables, hable. Hablemos, habléis, hablen. Comer, vivir. Coma, viva, comas, vivas, coma, viva. These are the same. As you can see, for first person and third person, it's the same conjugation. Like that and like that. Comamos, vivamos, comáis, viváis, coman, vivan. So, yeah, the identical conjugations. So these are some of the stem changing verbs in the subjunctive. And the three possibilities that go from O to UE, from E to E, or from E to IE. So these are some examples of those verbs. Recordar, to remember. So this is I remember, you remember, he remembers, he or she, right? And so recuerde, recuerdes, recuerde, recordemos, recordéis, recuerden. So stem changing verbs do the same all the time. What happens here is that the conjugation is the boot, right? That we learned before. The boot means that the conjugation, the change happens in the first person, second person, and third person singular, and then third person plural. It's like this. But nosotros and vosotros doesn't. Recordar, as we can see, that's infinitive. Recordemos, recordéis. There's no UE here, see? Dormir, the same thing. Duerma, duermas, duerma, and then durmamos. This one changes a little bit more because it goes from O to U. Durmamos, durmáis, and then duerman again. See the change here, like that. And then EI, servir. That one goes, that one changes. Sirva, 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 sirvamos, sirváis, sirvan. And then E to IE, perder, to lose. Pierda, pierdas, pierda, perdamos. Doesn't change here. Perdáis and then pierdan. Mentir, to lie, E to IE. Mienta, mientas, mienta, and then mintamos. See, there's no E in between, just E. And then mientan. So those stem changes do not apply to nosotros and vosotros, as you can see here. The discar, engar, ensar verbs, this is what happens. And so, just like the verbs that end in ar, they change into e. That's what it happens. Okay, so that's why, we can see the pattern repeats. Busque, busques, busque, busquemos, busquéis, busquen. Llegue, llegues, llegue, lleguemos, lleguéis, lleguen. Empiece, empieces, empiece, empecemos, empecéis, empiecen. And so because they are basically are verbs. There's only 6 truly irregular verbs. So de, des, de, demos, deis, den. Vaya, vayas, vaya, vayamos, vayáis, vayan. Sea, seas, sea, seamos, seáis, sean. Haya, hayas, haya, hayamos, hayáis, hayan. Esté, estés, esté, estemos, estéis, estén. Sepa, sepas, sepa, sepamos, sepáis, sepan. And so let's see, like I already mentioned, we're gonna need the connector in this case. We need a connector, que, every single time, cannot be missed. And so when we use a subjunctive, we're gonna have two clauses. Normally, the main clause has a different subject and the verb than the subordinate clause. And so yo quiero, that's me, that's my the first subject, but then the other subject is Juan. So yo quiero que Juan vaya a la fiesta. Two subjects, me and Juan, and two verbs, querer, to want, and to go. And so this one needs to be in the subjunctive, vaya. Verb 1 and verb 2. When there's no change in the subject, we don't use the subjunctive. Yo quiero ir a la fiesta. This is only one person wanting to go to a party. And so, ir is in the infinitive. We don't need to use the subjunctive here. And so, feelings on emotions, just examples. Me alegro que tú tengas buenas notas. Qué lástima que ellos no sepan su dirección. Lamento que no tengas tu dinero. And here's an example. So, and then pregunta, Carolina, something with the reaction. Is she surprised? Does she love it? Or, she likes it. And so in this case, she's surprised. Le sorprende que Luis le dé un anillo. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation and I'll talk to you next time. Ciao!